La 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 la. All right. See how well this goes. Okay. Is that audio coming from my own computer?
Yes, it
This
is.
isn't going to work out very well. It's bad enough I have to hear myself once. I don't want to hear myself twice. Okay. This is what you call the inaugural live stream going down the road on the, I guess we're doing the 80.
Yep.
How you doing, my dear?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. All right. Those that are in the room, if you could give us a bit of a thumbs up or a hi, let us know that the audio is sounding clear. That would be awesome. And this is an amazing thing here. Oh, Jamie Davenport's in there. Hello, Jamie. Little choppy. Well, it depends. Could be our end, could be the other end. Anybody else hearing us okay? Are we coming through good? We are doing a live stream going down the interstate, so
In the wind.
in the wind. So let's get Susan to give us a little bit of audio. Susan?
Hi, everybody.
Okay. And I am giving you guys a little bit of audio, so hopefully we're coming through okay. And what do we got there? Okay. Hey, Jamie, are we sounding clear there? Is it coming? I'm guessing you got internet at home, don't you? Can you tell us if it's coming through good? And then we will get going here. We just want to make sure. I'll read a few of these comments. Hi, Ray and Susan. Hope all is going well with you. Regards from Tim in Australia. Hi, Tim. This is a good one, Susan. Hey, Ray, I just wanted to thank you. Because of your channel, I quit my addictions, got my CDL, and now I've been trucking for 6 years. Taking care of my family. Thank you so much. Wow.
That is incredible.
That's incredible. Thank you, Luke. That is amazing. Not bad volume-wise. Hey, Ray, did you leave Key West? Well, I guess yes, I did. We are with Doug Andrus, a company that Susan is driving for right now because we got married in August, and I decided I want to spend the rest of my life with this beautiful girl. And a little too difficult to be working for Key West and hoping we will meet up eventually. I think it just doesn't work very well.
No.
Okay, so anyway, thank you everybody for joining us on this very, very first edition of our Q&A. We're literally going down the I-80 in
Nebraska.
Grand Island?
Yep, just
Grand
west
Island,
of
Nebraska
Grand
on the
Island.
80, and it is very windy out here. And we wanted to try to see how well this worked. If you got a question for Susan, you got a question for me, or whatnot, it's an awesome pleasure to have you guys here. Rome says from Canada, Shabbat Shalom, be Yeshua, oh Yeshua. Amen. All right. Jacob says, hey, Susan, how hard was it to get used to the camera that Ray has? The cameras. Oh, that's kind of funny.
I am still adjusting to all the cameras.
Yeah. Well, you were already into wanting to do your own. She already wanted to do her own YouTube channel.
Yes.
And she was struggling with audio in one of our meetups, which kind of sealed the deal for us when we realized that we wanted to be together. I was trying to help her with her audio and her cameras and everything. So she was already in the midst of making her own channel again.
Yeah. I was still a little bit camera shy. Still am. Adjusting from each each time you turn him on and chase me around with him.
But you're a natural, though. You are.
Well, I have done a lot of work behind the camera. It's a lot different to be in front of it.
You're not camera shy at all. A little bit. You don't mind holding the camera and shooting. Like, we'll be at a truck stop, we'll be at a rest area, and she's walking around with the camera following me around. She doesn't care. It's when the camera's in front of her,
Exactly.
she gets a little bit nervous, but I think you're getting used to it.
Well, I have a history of being behind the camera and following people with them. It's the being in front of it that's where the adjustment is.
Yeah, amen. Hello from Rolling Hills, Wyoming. Hello, are we heading that way?
We're headed towards Wyoming.
We're heading towards Wyoming, not quite Rolling Hills. Greetings from Ireland. Gaz Murphy. Hello. And of course, Jamie Jeffport says it's raining here in Langley right now. I don't really miss Langley, to be honest with you, because that's exactly what it does right around this time of year. It does nothing but rain. Xavier said, did you see my email about the news article? Yes, I did. I'm aware that the case is making the news everywhere across the country. And for those of you that aren't familiar with what's going on with my daughter's case, they were attempting, we did victim impact statements last week. And of course, the defense came out with another crazy idea that, hey, we're going to drag this on longer. And I can't go in on all the details, but we're now looking at what, December 19th or something, or 13th, is it?
Was it I think you said it was the 18th.
18th or something. So it's dragging on longer and longer and longer. It's becoming a fiasco. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to give this to the Lord. I'm just not going to let it bother me no more. I have lost enough hair. I've lost enough everything. The stress levels.
It was incredibly stressful watching you, listening to your impact statements.
Yeah.
The toll it took, and getting that presented, that things were finally coming to a close, and then getting literally the rug pulled out from underneath you.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea just to hand it to the Lord, because at this point, I don't know if you could physically go through that much anymore.
Speaking of my son Jeremiah, he just made it in the room, or he's been in the room.
Hey, Jeremiah.
He was incredibly tough in this whole thing, and I'm very proud of him. Himself.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm going to do, we got some emails that came in, and we're going to answer some of these emails. So again, thanks everybody for joining us. It's been fun. See ya. No, I'm kidding. Okay. This is new. How many people could do this going down the road in a truck? I'm sorry you can't see the road, but there's not a lot to see but traffic coming back and forth. So you get to see my ugly mug and her pretty smile. So how does that sound? All right. So this email is from Eric. He says, I am from Langdon, Alberta. My dad was a truck driver from his early 20s until 1 year before his death at 67. Enjoy the videos. It gives me good perspective into what his life was like while he was on the road. My question is, do you miss Canada and trucking here? Eric, yeah, you know what? I do miss parts of Canada. I don't miss the insane drivers that drive between Calgary and Edmonton and Vancouver, because you see a lot of those same drivers here with no regard, and they're just not. Those are the things I don't miss. But when you're driving through some of the prairies, and one of the things I really miss is driving through the canyon from Highway 1, from Hope into Cache Creek. I miss those areas. That Fraser Canyon's gorgeous. And even driving from there all the way up the but I especially miss driving through Ontario 16, through all that beautiful countryside, the lakes, the Amish areas. I definitely miss it. So thank you, Eric. I really appreciate that. And I hope one day that I can take you up there to some of those areas.
I want to see lots of Canada.
Yeah. We got a little bit of a freeze here, I think. We got a bit of a glitch. I don't know. We may be having some issue here. The dating world is crazy these days. What's your advice for finding a good woman with right intentions? Says the gentleman here, Troy777. Now, I don't know if it's still running. Okay, it's just frozen on my end. There is a little glitch. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it then, as long as we're still on. Um, yeah. You know what? I think it depends on if you're a believer, and I think anyone would know that our channel is clearly a messianic Hebrew roots channel. Well, it was considered messianic before, but now it's literally Hebrew roots, and which is Christian who believes that the Torah is still very strong today, and it was not done away with when Christ did what he did on the cross, which was amazing.
Yep, it's one complete book, Genesis to Revelation.
What's that?
One complete book, Genesis to Revelation.
Yeah. Yes, the dating world is crazy. I think the last person I dated was a girl back in 2016. No. Well, anyway, right around COVID, we ended up breaking up because I really felt the Lord told me I needed to let her go. And I guess it was the right thing to do because she got married 6 months later. And since then, I think since it was COVID, I haven't really dated anybody. And then I was talking to Susan for 2.5 years. Didn't really think much of it. Didn't really think out of it. Just thought, whoa, that was a bit of a gust there. I just decided, you know what, I wasn't going to be dating any more people because of how crazy it was. I went on this dating site, Christian Mingle. Boy, everybody on there had really serious issues. I'm not saying I didn't. Everybody on there is looking for someone to hold on to and make things better, when I think the best thing to do is to turn to the Lord and ask him to bring the right person into your life and be patient and wait. That's my advice.
Well, I think my advice would be to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you worthy of dating someone? Are you ready to date someone? Have you dealt with all of the issues that are going on underneath? And then work on you. And if you turn that focus towards you and the Lord, letting him know that you don't want to be alone, then he is going to guide you to self-healing, but also growth and preparation to be in a relationship. I think one of the challenges is so many people are in such a rush to have someone comfort them in today's world that they're not taking care of themselves and building that within. They're looking for it without.
Yeah.
And I think self-development, and then once you're ready, you have that confidence to literally attract someone else with that same confidence. Then you have a sure foundation to build from, especially if you both are turning your hearts to God.
Sound advice. Lily says, hello.
Hello,
And
Lily.
she's in the room. She says everything's still running.
Awesome. If anything stops running, will you send Ray a text and let us know?
Yeah. If you have a question for this live stream, you can send it to truckerray with the number 7 at gmail.com if that's easier for you. Truckerray with the number 7 at gmail.com. EM6030 says, what a shame I need to work this evening with some overtime. I'll be catching this later and can't wait to tune in. Well, that's awesome. Okay, let's go to another email here. This is from Karen Hills from Chicago, Illinois. Hello, my question is for Susan. I think it's amazing you as a female driver have chosen life on the highway. Can you tell me what are your biggest challenges as a female driver, and do you recommend this life for other women?
Oh, that's a multi-part
And I
question.
am going to shut up during this one.
Okay, first off, if you're going to drive with your husband, make sure you install the eject button. Should be located right next to your dials. You press that and it'll launch him out the windows if he ever annoys you. Now, challenges as a female truck driver. There's a few. I'd say the two biggest ones would be isolation as a female on the road. You need to have a awareness, be attentive to your surroundings, who you're around, where you park. Make sure you're always trip planning and working for a company that you can trust. In this day and age, human trafficking is growing, and women truck drivers, because they are isolated, are targeted. And so that is a major concern. I really haven't had a lot of myself prior to meeting Ray or even with Ray, because I did pay attention to where I was going, where I was picking up. And I've been fortunate enough to drive for companies or for myself where I can accept or decline loads that go into areas that I'm not comfortable with. Another challenge would be the restroom issue. Um, can I be blunt?
We'll be blunt.
Men have it easy. They can go walk behind the trailer. If you need more explanation, I apologize. I'm not giving it. Women, you need to have creativity, because not all shippers, receivers, or parking locations have amenities. And I have been to a fair share that even with amenities, um, you might as well call it a hazmat crew and just don't go near it. So those would be the two biggest challenges. I'm going to tack in a
Did you
third.
mention safety? What about safety?
Well, safety for women.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
already mention that?
Yep.
You're so quiet. I can't even hear you. I think I should be on the street so I can hear what you're saying.
The third issue would be also go back to the isolation. It can get lonely out here. And if you don't have a good support group that you can chat with on the phone, friends and family, it's really easy for depression to kick in. And so, again, if you have a strong mind, a strong will, and a good support system who's willing to call you and chat with you on the phone and keep you company, are some big things. Would I recommend it to women? Again, it's going to be the intention. It is a job where you do get your hands dirty. You need to know your equipment. You learn basic mechanics so you can inspect your tractor and trailer and be able to do minor repairs. And you're getting underneath it, you're getting dirty, and you're making sure you're safe. You also need to open and close those trailer doors, which in blizzard conditions can be a challenge. So I would say it would depend on the person. If they are willing to drive long hours, do hard work, and have the mind of how to take care of themselves when they're alone, it could be a career you get into. If you're not quite ready to go full scope, that keep you close to home, that would be very doable. A lot of women are turning more and more to local truck driving jobs. Okay.
Lily made a really good point to with maybe what you're doing, and that is food, eating healthy, real food. Of course, Lily would say that, right?
I am proud of Lily, and yes, she's been with me over 5 years as I've been out here talking about food, and she's
Which
seen
is her
me.
daughter. Lily's her daughter.
Yes, Lily is my youngest. She has seen me or listened to me talk about days that I have just anything that's available at the truck stop, give me, I'm starving, I'm going to eat it, to I go through, I am going to eat as healthy as possible. And that is one of the other challenges on the road, is the more garbage you eat, the more garbage you feel. The healthier you eat, the healthier you feel, and it directly impacts your job and your mental attitude. Anything you
And it's
want to
hard.
add?
I was going to say it's really hard to eat healthy out here because you go into any of the truck stops, aisle after aisle after aisle. It's all sugar, it's all garbage. I mean, you might get lucky if you get to the one area like in a Lutz where you have your salads and your sandwiches, which are all overpriced. So it scares people to go buy, let's just go buy a chocolate bar for half that price. And they're just stuffing all that sugar into them. So, I mean, would you
Yep.
not agree that it's just one big sugar factory?
Yep. Let's pay $7 for a little bit of lettuce and some chicken thrown on top, or pay, what is it, $5.50 for 2 candy bars.
Yeah, yeah.
And hey, but every time we fill up, we get a free soda,
Yeah, or free coffee.
free coffee.
Yeah. So, but what we do is regarding the food, we have a freezer. I have the one that I had in my other truck when I was with Key West, and that is really awesome to have. The little fridges in these trucks, they're just not very big. You can't get nothing in the freezer. The fridge is small, and food expires after a certain time. So we have a freezer up top that can you can put a considerable amount of food in there.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
it's been a blessing, and it's not that really big, but it's good. It's really
Now,
handy.
is that an RV fridge freezer?
That one up top?
Yeah.
No, it's just a portable freezer that if you want to take in an RV or an additional deep freeze camping, or right, because it hooks up to 12 volt and 10, right?
It's really nice.
Yeah, it was about $300 or $400 Canadian, but no, it was wait a minute, it was more than that. It was like 5 or 6, but I got it on sale for 300. But it's very effective. It really works well. All right.
Would you say it's paid for itself?
What's that?
Has it paid for itself?
Oh, easily. I mean, the amount of food. Just think when you end up in a loaner truck, and any other drivers out there know that. And well, in our case, if we ended up in a loaner truck, we'd be spending money on the road we don't want to spend, right? Because we have an air fryer, we have a skillet, we have our own Keurig machine. We try and a microwave, of course, and we can cook anything in a air fryer.
Yeah.
We've cooked anything in an air. You can boil eggs in an air fryer. We did not know that, and you can, which is pretty cool. You just put the eggs inside. You put it at what did it say? Put it at 175 or whatever for a certain amount of time, and then it literally cooks the egg from the inside out. And then once you take it out, you got to put it in something cold, or it'll keep cooking.
Yep. But they were good.
Did anybody know that you can actually boil eggs in an air fryer? Don't try it in a microwave. I have done that before, and it's a mess. Okay. We are asked, Zabian asked, when do we usually drive to each night? Like, how long do we go? I think she's asking.
It depends on the loads we're under. This one we got loaded late, but we still had a lot of drive time.
Yeah.
And we've got a very short window to get it from shipper to receiver, so
Yeah,
we're
no,
driving late. It varies in this industry. There is no set schedule.
That's right.
It's 24/7.
Okay, Luke says, have any of you ever had a night where someone at the truck stop tried to get into your truck? My German Shepherd saved my life at the Petro in Houston, Texas.
Oh, that is good to hear that he had his dog there.
Yeah. Let's just say that when we sleep at night, we have our curtains drawn. And that's probably the best because they really don't know what they're expecting. But if someone was to come into the truck at night, I think they would really have a problem because it would not be a good idea, especially in Texas. Who would climb into someone's truck in Texas when you can carry arms down there? You're looking to get shot.
I've had my fuel stolen twice in
I've had that.
Texas.
Oh, in Texas?
Yeah.
Okay. I've had my fuel stolen twice.
They,
One in Cheyenne. Was it? No, it was in Cheyenne. Was it Wyoming?
I think you had it stolen in Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, and then the other time I had it stolen in Casa de Fruta in Hollister, California, which was disappointing. But we don't have a dog. We have cats. We have a plant. We have a plant. We have a prayer plant. Anybody ever heard of a prayer plant? I don't know the exact name of it. I bet you Lily knows the exact name of it. But at nighttime, his leaves go up in the air like he's praising God. It's really cute. During the day, but his leaves are horizontal, like he's like, ah. So that little guy, we named him Gabriel. He prays all night for us. But that is our little friend. He doesn't need a litter box, and he doesn't. He's very low maintenance.
As far as someone breaking into the truck, when I drove solo, I am not aware of anyone trying to enter the truck, but I was a deep sleeper, and what I would do is I'd take the seatbelt and I'd feed it through the handle and I'd lock it so it was literally seatbelting the door shut, so no one could get in. So I've never had anyone try to break in that I'm aware of, and I'm very grateful for that.
It's a good idea. You
And
just loop it through that door
yes,
and then click.
and click. And now I've got Ray with me. If someone tried to break in with Ray, I don't.
She loops me now through the door and passes me.
Okay.
What is this guy doing? Oh, there's someone on the side of the road. You guys can't see what's going on. Come on, buddy.
I'm glad he checked his mirror.
Yeah. Also, even at nighttime, we like to make ourselves well known that that I'm in here. When Susan walks back to the truck, I'm always with her when she goes to the truck stop. I want to make sure she's safe because you just never know. It can be dangerous. Trafficking is very real out there, and some
Yes.
people might say, "Well, that'll never happen at a truck stop." Well, it does happen. It's called kidnapping and then getting you hooked on drugs, and then we could go on and on about that.
I have been followed through truck stops before when I drove solo. It's only happened twice. But I have been followed through the truck stops, and I would go inside and just hang out with the cashiers at the fuel desk until I felt safe to go back to my truck.
Yeah, and even when I came aboard, we got married. I want to make that very clear. We were first married, and then we were in the truck together. I really couldn't believe how many times you would get out of the truck and feel, and I'm looking at her, all these guys were staring at her, and it wasn't like they were looking at her because she looked like roses. They were looking at her with other ideas in their mind, and it is a very real threat out here. And I commend the women out here that are on the road for what they do. You really do have to be careful. And did you want to add anything else?
There, and I think what you hinted on is you can tell the look on their face what their intention is. And there are a lot of drivers, and I've told them thank you, that are looking out for the well-being of women. That if I ever had to run to anyone, there are certain people you can just tell. You just know that they would stand up for you. And for those drivers, thank you.
Andy asks me if I'm driving yet. No, Andy, I am not, because let me try to explain this. When you come over from Canada into the U.S. and you get married, you have to apply for spousal. Once that goes through, you can now get your Social Security card, which enables you to now switch your license over to, which would be an Idaho license, which is where we are, where we live. This takes time. That entire spousal visa application is long, and they want every bit of detail. Then there's an interview process involved because they want to make sure that the marriage is legitimate, that it's not a marriage of convenience.
Yeah.
And when any of you have heard all of the illegal drivers in the U.S. that Trump has been clamping down on, thousands. It's crazy. Um, we're
Ja-
trying to do it the right way. And to do it the right way, it is a bit time consuming. So until I get my Social Security card and green card, I am not going to get behind the wheel because it would be illegal, and I'm not ruining any chance of having to, to ruin any chance of us driving together. So I, for one, am doing it the legal way. So that means it's going to take a little bit longer, but I'm patient because I enjoy spending time with Susan. I do enjoy making the meals, and I I was a single dad for 17 years, raising three kids on my own, and I did the laundry, I did the cooking, and then later on, as my daughter Carrie got older, she started doing the cooking, which was nice. I always appreciated that. I don't know if you're in the room, Carrie. Um,
He
yeah,
spoils me.
huh?
He spoils me. You
I
spoil me.
try. I try.
And it's not that you do all the cooking when we get
No.
home.
When you
I
get,
do
I
cooking.
love your cooking. When we get home, that's her kitchen. Just stay out of there, right?
Yeah, he's got the kitchen in the truck. I've got the kitchen at home. We make it work.
Yeah. And I get very creative.
Yes, you do.
I get very creative. It's amazing what you can do in an air fryer. All right. So Lily said it's called a Maranta. Oh, it's hard to read this. Laciona, I don't even know how to say that. Maranta Laciona prayer plant. I think we knew Lily knew that. She's got a plant too like that at home. Actually, it's the same plant, which is pretty cool.
Well, someone you know may have bought her that plant.
Yeah.
So I guess technically I got a thing for prayer plants.
Yeah.
They're so cool.
Okay. We had a connection difficulty, cell tower change again. Sorry, guys. Try to bear with us. We are traveling down the highway, so it's something a little different. Have any of you ever locked yourselves out of your truck? Luke asks. No.
No.
I'll tell you why. Even though I'm not driving this truck, I have a key to the door, and she has a key to the door. And every single time that, even when I was driving for Key West, I had a driver's key and a passenger, or a driver's key and a door key in my wallet or in my pocket at all times. I have never locked myself out because you don't want to get stuck at a truck stop or at a rest area, shipper, receiver, and let's just say you use one of their porta johns and the key falls in. Now you got a problem. Now I have a spare one. Or if you leave it in the truck, because a lot of people lock their keys in their vehicles when they have a dog. The dog puts his paws on there. When are you coming back? Boom, you just locked him out. And I've seen that. I've seen it, but no, I haven't. You haven't either?
Nope.
No. That's
I locked myself out of my car when I was 17 years old. I have not locked myself out of a vehicle since.
yeah. Steven says, Ray, are you afraid of getting scooped by the ice? Immigration. What does ICE stand for? Immigration, something enforcement? Customs enforcement. Immigration, Customs enforcement. No, I'm not afraid of getting scooped because I didn't come over here illegally. I crossed over with my passport, so I am legal in the country. I'm not doing anything illegal. I am married to an American citizen now. If I think if I would have climbed over a fence and I'm driving and working illegally out here, I might be a bit nervous. But no, when you come into the country legally, they're not going to come down on you. They're coming down on people that have come into the country illegally. So I'm not worried about it. Not at all. Jesus is God or Savior. Okay, this gentleman has been following my channel, I think, since day one. I'm trying to remember your name, and I really am sorry, my brother, because you always address your name by that. Jesus is God our Savior, and I apologize. I'm trying to remember if your name is Doug. Greg in Ohio. Sorry, Greg. How long have you been following my channel now, Greg? Has it been like since 2012, 2013? It's just, I love having people that long. I think Greg has seen everything I've done. He's seen me with full head hair and now with no hair. And because I
Seen
shaved
you
my
when
head
you were
anyway.
blonde?
Huh?
Seen you when you were
He's
blonde?
seen me when I was a blonde. Exactly. He says he just got here. Where are they? It's neat to see them live. Way cool, man. Where are we now, anyway?
We just passed Kearney.
Kearney, and we're still in Nebraska.
We are very much in
We're
Nebraska.
very much in Nebraska, and it's really windy here. In the 80s.
Crazy windy.
What's that?
It's crazy windy.
It is very crazy windy. Yeah,
Am I-
great. We decided to do a Q&A for the very first time live, going down the interstate, and it's kind of fun. And yeah, and for those of you that are kind of curious and watching my channel, why did I make this crazy move to be with Suzan? Well, she's an amazing, beautiful woman. I've had a chance to get to know for over almost 3 years. And we finally started connecting and meeting up when I was coming over the border with Key West. And we would find times to meet up and have a meal together and pray together. And we just fell in love with each other. And we're just like, you know what? It gets to the point where you just know that they're the right one. And it's like, well, didn't really want to look back. And all the craziness that's been going on in the country regarding my daughter's trial, I really needed some happiness and joy in my life. And Suzan literally is that in my life. And God has just blessed me so much with an amazing woman. So, I just really happy to be here. All right. Trucker Wife has been following us since 2017. Yeah. Right.
Wow.
Since Chelsea passed away. That's right. It's amazing. Love the live. Please do it more. I knew it. Didn't I tell you that people would like this stuff? Ivory, I've been watching you since 2016. I'm happy for you both. Luke says, what's the first thing you guys hit or back into when you guys got GDL? What's the first thing I ever hit? I think when I first got my CDL, I've never been in an accident. I hit a deer one time when I was going down Highway 3, Crow's Nest in BC. He was on the side of the road, and I was trying to get his attention, and I went beep, beep with my horn, and he ran in front of the truck. I learned you do not honk your horn at an animal on the side of the road because he will jump and run. He didn't die. I bumped him, and he rolled into the ditch and ran off. I never backed into anybody. Somebody ran into the back of me on the I-5. Some lady just wasn't looking on her phone. She was looking at her phone. That was the problem. She ran into the back of me.
Oh wow.
But what about you?
I have never been in an accident, period, ever. But I have hit a handful of deer.
Deer hunter, right here. I hit an elk.
I have not hit an elk.
I hit an elk. My friend, Cranbrook, Kevin, you remember when I hit that elk? I think Kevin's in the room. I hit that elk when I was with H, and I'm going over Kingsgate along the 95, I believe it is, or is it the 93? I always get those two mixed up. Here comes this elk running across the street, and they call that Roadkill Alley there, from there and all the way to Sandpoint. Beautiful stretch of road, but Roadkill Alley, because this elk just hit. I ran right into him, and if it was not for the moose bumper, I would have been out of service. But I'll tell you, that pushed that moose bumper right into the grill, and I did not like that. That made me sad. I don't like killing animals.
Yeah.
And you've hit a few deer. So the answer to your question is maybe an animal, but I've never really hit anybody else. Thankfully, we both have a very good driving record. And I will say this for one thing: I've been with Susan now on the road for 4 months, and she is a darn good driver.
Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, I've been following you when you drove for Butterworth. Jamie Davenport says, yeah, that's a while. That's what, 2013 or 14, Jamie. That's when I was driving there. Wow. You've pretty well been watching us since day one. That's pretty funny. 2013, says Greg. Yeah. Oh, he's been a Trucker Ray fan since 2013. That's
It's a
amazing.
pretty long
Since pretty
time.
well since almost day one. That's pretty cool. 2013 for Jamie. All right, let's get to another email. Kevin, I think, and Kevin Cummings, he has also been following my channel a very long time. I always hear from Kevin somewhere. He says, I'm glad to see you guys are so happy. I'm so happy for both of you. So what is it like sitting over there in that passenger seat and not being in control? Um, I think he's saying, "LOL, do they say when will you be able to drive as a team?" Anyways, super happy for you guys uh, waiting on videos. I think that's what you said. Um, what's it like sitting over here? The first couple months, or even 2.5 months, it was very hard to adjust to because you're used to being in control. Um, you get that itch that you want to drive. But I'll tell you one thing, it has been a really amazing experience because it's almost like, if anybody remembers the song, I believe it was Carrie Underwood, Jesus Take the Wheel, right? It's like, okay, but I feel perfectly safe with Susan. She drives really well. She's overly cautious, I think, but that's not bad because that keeps us safe and we get to go home at the end of the week. So that's not a bad thing. You drive to where your comfort level puts you at, or where your comfort level is. I personally, like I said, there was an adjustment for me to be sitting here and not being able to do anything, but I still get to go out and thump the tires. I'll help her with the fuel, and especially if it's really cold. Uh, I go around, I'll shut the big doors or whatever, but I can't drive the truck, and it's illegal, and the insurance won't cover it, and it's flat out illegal. I'm not able to do it yet. So I make myself busy by reading the Bible to her, and we do that together. We do a lot of studies together, and I prepare meals in the back, and I don't mind it. It took some time adapting to it. If someone was to tell me tomorrow that I will never drive again, I'd be content. I would, because I'm still here, a part of it. I can still share my knowledge about it on YouTube, and once you're a driver, you never stop being a driver. So, and I don't really have to share or tell anything to Susan. She knows what she's doing. At least I think you do.
I think I do. There's once or twice that I've had to ask your advice on something.
Well, you've been driving now 5 years. Are you going on 6?
It's coming up to 6
Coming
years.
up to 6. So um, I never want to tell her how to do her job, but if she wants some advice on something, I'm happy to share that. Just like I'm happy to get advice from any other driver that's been driving over 20, 30, 40 years. Bring it on. I'm not going to say I know everything, but the super trucker over my forehead, it's when we can learn something, that's wonderful.
Well, and it's my hope that you do get
What's that?
driving again. It's my hope that you do get driving again. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
waiting on government timelines and processing paperwork.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen says, how long until you can legally work in the U.S.? Is it tough with only one income? And do we have any children? Children are all grown up. Um, it's not that tough with one income because um, it would be no different than if I was driving and my wife came with me on the road. A lot of drivers do that. Um, and I also made sure that I had money that was put away before I didn't just come over here broke. I made sure I had money saved up and put away too. So I do have stuff like that, sustaining bills that I owe in Canada. And again, we're waiting for the process to go through, and it's just a time thing. But I don't. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we are.
We're doing pretty good. And this wind is crazy.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't
And I
side
think,
wind.
how long will it be to like legally work? Well, once we get the paperwork filled out, because they are meticulous information, they want to make sure that it is a legal marriage, that is a real marriage, that it's not a marriage of convenience. And uh, I think we've already proven that a few times.
Yes, we have.
Yep.
But they got to go through and verify everything we submit. And
Yeah.
okay, is your birth certificate real?
Yeah. Exactly. You know, if you've had an ex-spouse that's passed away and they want you to prove that and prove you're divorced, prove this and prove that. It's just the bottom line is they're trying to catch people that are doing this illegally. They're trying to catch people who are marrying to get a green card, and they're trying to catch you off guard. And we have nothing to hide. We got married because we love each other. I'm not taking any job away from anybody because no other man is going to sit in this seat or that seat. It's going to be just your husband. And I
Exactly.
volunteered to be your husband.
If my memory serves me right, you asked.
Yes, right. I didn't volunteer. Right. So I'm not taking a job away. I'm just filling a vacancy. Okay. Because Susan knew long ago she was going to marry me. I just didn't know that. All right. Has your wife, okay, this is from Greg. Has your wife ever hauled double trailers like you had before? I will never forget that time you did that, Brother Ray. Don't see how you do it. Um, have you ever hauled hoppers or LCVs or anything?
No, in the US, you need to have your doubles or triples endorsement before they'll let you do that. And I never got the endorsement, so I've never done it.
Yeah. You know what? There is an option with Doug Andrews to
Yes, there is.
haul hoppers right into Canada, and you never know. Maybe we'll give it a shot when it can legally drive
Oh,
and
it
legally work out there.
is something I'm definitely open to, is getting that endorsement and learning
Yeah.
how to do it, because I
Yeah.
think it would be fun to haul the hoppers into Canada.
All right. Shall we get to another question? Email. Kevin, my friend in Cranbrook. Hi, Kevin. I hope you are doing well. Hello, my friend. Couple of questions for you. Any idea when you get your driving card? I think I explained that already. So, and are you going to do Trucker's Corner with Glenn again? Um, I heard from Glenn recently. I guess he's been incredibly busy. You never know. I might do Trucker's Corner again. I do like Glenn. He's got a lot of good advice. But right now, we seem to be incredibly preoccupied with getting the spousal visa and doing everything legally that way. And also Chelsea's trial, my daughter's murder trial, for those of you that have been following that. It seems to be the trial that never ends. And I know right now the judge is not very happy with the way things are going, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So we're hoping we can put an end to this before Christmas starts. Um, and So mine has been occupied with a lot. And I also want to apologize for those of you that are used to seeing a video out every couple of weeks or even every week. Again, this has been preoccupying a lot of our time, and just adjusting to this new way of life, being married again, is really, it's different. Now, here's another thing I want to make mention. Some might say, well, you can get working on those videos. You're sitting in the seat all day long. There's going to be one time I'm going to take a camera in the back of the sleeper, and I'm going to put it in front of me and watch that mouth. You know, anyone ever had an etch a sketch? Just take it and scribble all over the place. That's what the mouse looks like going around the screen. You can't edit nothing in the back of a sleeper. It's actually calmer up here than it is back there. You're bouncing around like crazy. And then at the end of the day, you are tired because you've been sitting or doing whatever. And a lot of the time, it's very, very hard to put the videos together, except when we get home or we're on a reset. So, but the videos that we are putting together, we're doing things differently. You guys seen in the last video that we had. I got a lot of good reviews in that where we showed highlights, some things we were doing, and we left some commentary on there. It went over very well. My good friend Ned Kelly thought it was a great video. Ned, if you're watching or you see this, I'm sorry you can't do videos with your with the company that you're currently with. That must be very frustrating because I know how passionate you are about your videos. So I just want to say, pleasure to hear from you, Ned. Kevin, thank you for the email. That was great. What else do we have here? Do you want to add anything else on here? What I said?
Well, it is said that Ned can't work on his videos because, like you, he truly is an artist. And Kevin, we do appreciate your email and comments.
Well, when I did videos, a lot of it's insurance reasons, distracted driving, but most of these GoPros nowadays, they're all voice activated. Turn them all on one say one command. So Luke says, do you guys have any memories of places you delivered where it was so difficult to back in you wanted to give up? Oh, well, I can give you one example, and I'm sure you have a few. When I first started with Challenger, we had a Best Buy and Future Shop in Canada when Future Shop was still existing in Canada. And most of these Best Buys that were just starting as a franchise in Canada were opening up in all of these stores that used to be a Chapters bookstore. And these loading docks were not made for 53-foot trailers, they were made for 5-ton trucks. So we were making these deliveries in these loading docks, which were impossible to get in. I'll tell you, I learned how to back up a trailer really fast. Never got taught when I was with the company. A lot of these companies, they do not teach you how to back up a trailer. And if you're new at a company and you still don't know how to back it up, just go into the back of the yard or whatever and just talk to your manager or safety managers. Ask them if you can use a log or another truck and just learn how to back your trailer up, because once you learn how to back up a trailer, it's like you've learned walked on the moon. I mean, it's a huge accomplishment. That's not a 53-foot thing behind you. You're backing into a tight parking spot. And backing into those loading areas. But there was one time I remember I had a delivery at 10 or 11 a.m. on a Saturday at a Best Buy. The loading area was in front of the store, and here's the whole parking lot full of cars doing the shopping. I think it was just before the holidays. Here I am trying to back into this thing, and I had people yelling and screaming at me, my son's got to go to hockey practice, you need to move this truck. And I almost just drove out of the parking lot and said, I'm done. You want this? Come and get it. But fortunately, the best thing when you're in those situations, get out of your truck, walk around, look around 15 million times if you have to. Stop and get out, stop and get out, stop and get out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What about you?
I have a couple of situations that have gone through my head. The one in California, I was driving in Kenworth, which has a wider turn radius. The loading dock was at the very end, and there was a 6-foot high cinder block wall that went the full length at the end, right next to the loading dock.
Yeah.
The only way to get in there was to come in really tight through employee parking, and you had to crack a nut and hope you don't pop your airlines trying to spin it or have an axle go out on you. trying to spin it around and then back it in blindside while not hitting the cinder block wall. And they had a whole line of trailers up front and other trucks in the dock with no maneuverability room. I don't know if that paints a clear picture or not. That was a get out and look about 500 times and try not to cry in the process.
Yeah. But that is recommended. Don't ever feel pressure by any other drivers around you if you're at a truck stop or if you're at a loading area or unloading, even if you're at your yard. Get out and look. Get out and look. I remember one time I was with H&R and I was coming on board with them, and the safety guy took me to the side of the yard and he says, I want you to back the trailer into the spot. And I'm not kidding you. There must have been 6 inches on each side of those trailers in that spot. And I went, you gotta be kidding me. I literally took 25 minutes to back that trailer in, and I thought, that's it, I am gone. The guy's not gonna hire me now. And I said, I'm sorry, I did the very best I could. That's really tight. And I took forever. And he says, you're hired. And I went, what do you mean? He says, you didn't hit anything. I don't care if it took you 25 to half an hour to 3 hours to get that in there. You didn't hit anything. And you got and looked constantly. That's the drivers we want. So be patient with yourself. Don't worry about what the other people out there are saying and thinking. That's good, solid advice, I think. Would you agree?
It is good, solid advice.
Yeah. Steven's asking, hey, Susan, would you ever consider for work in Canada?
If it was the right company with the right co-driver, specifically my husband, I would consider it.
Fortunately, Doug Andrews does go into Canada.
Yes, Doug Andrews does cross-border on certain teams, or certain divisions do cross the Canadian border,
Go
which
as far
is a
up as
benefit.
Edmonton and Lethbridge.
Yes.
Lethbridge,
And so I think we want to get all of the papers in order first to make sure everything's stamped legal, and then we can explore those avenues. But I would love to see Canada.
yeah, I would love to show Susan Canada, especially Fraser Canyon. Beautiful area there in British Columbia. Kelly Bartok. That's another one that's been talking for a long time. Co-drivers know what a milkshake feels like. I'm blueberry. It's very funny when we're just about finished our day, and it's like, what do we have for dinner? Well, let's go in the back, and I'm going to prepare something. And it's like, picture this in your head. Anybody remember the chef, the Swedish chef on the Muppets? He'd have all the flour in the air and everything. He'd come out of the kitchen and he's all full of flour. That's kind of me, especially when we're driving with a heavy load, going through some of the, what are the worst highways again? We go down
Louisiana.
And it's like, well, I'm sorry, Susan, we were going to have sunny side up eggs, but they're scrambled, so that's what we're having.
And they are scrambled all over the sleeper. And scrambled all over the sleeper.
Exactly. So yeah, but you get creative. You
Yes.
really do. I've got really good skiing legs now because I'll be preparing something in the back, and Susan's like, "Stop!" And I get up and I stand up, and I'm like, I feel like I'm skiing down a hill. It's pretty hilarious. But yeah, we actually have a pretty good thing going. It's kind of funny.
This guy's a monkey.
What's that?
You're a monkey,
I'm a
literally
monkey.
holding on to things,
And you're a
climbing
billy
up
goat.
on the bunk, grabbing stuff.
And you're a Billy Goat. Where you climb everything. You got to climb everything.
Guilty.
You guys will see in the next video I'm working on right now. She's everywhere. Monkey bars, slides. She's got to climb trees. She's like a little kid in there. All right. Greg says you need to have a view where we can see you both, also the road at the same time. That would be convenient. Camera we're using. This is really a test run. split a camera, we might.
Is that possible?
Oh yeah, if we rigged it in there, I'm sure I could use OBS, and I could split the camera view. So we've already
That
been
would be
thinking
nice.
about that, Greg. But we thought it would be nicer for everyone to see how pretty my work was. Okay. Mark the Tech Guy says I'm in Canada. Chris Avalich, my sister. Hello, sister. Hello, Christine. What do you think of this idea? Hey, Ray, your sister here. You guys are going to be driving in some nice snowy, stormy weather. These are my favorite these are my favorite videos. I hope you hope you're live when you guys are driving through stormy weather. We might do that. You know, if we're in really bad conditions, maybe we'll try to get another dash cam, not a dash cam, but a webcam, and we'll split it where we'll have us up in the corner and you'll be able to see the road. I can't see that we can't do that.
It's possible.
We actually have some video coverage of on this trip, but when we were going the other way, you were driving up and down those hills pretty darn good in the snow.
Yeah, it was our first snow
Yeah.
of the season.
She's
It was
a good
through
driver.
Wyoming.
She's a good driver. I know, Christine, you went to get your driver's license too, your class one. I can't remember what it was when you chose not to continue with it, but I bet you would have been a good driver too.
But I think we will see a lot of snow this year. They're anticipating a decent snow season.
AM 6030 says, I'm so sorry if this has been asked, as I need to tune in later, but in case it hasn't been, are you both planning to team drive or drive in separate rigs when the time comes? No, she's stuck with me. And I think I'm stuck with her.
Yeah, you're stuck with me.
Yeah. I don't think I could drive another rig now. I would miss her too much. We'd be driving behind each other. We actually get along very well.
Yeah.
We do. We get along very, very well. I'll tell you something. You know, really fast. When we first started together in the truck, and it's such a tight area sometimes, we had our bumps, and we've been working them out. But I'm quite happy to be in such a tight, confined area with this woman because she treats me very well, and I try to treat her well by feeding her chocolate cake.
While
All
I'm
right.
driving.
What?
While I'm driving.
While you're driving. A little bowl of cucumbers and cherry tomatoes and whatever other goodies I can. I know they say that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Well, it also is that way for a woman. It really is.
Yes.
Christine says she's just working in her shop. She loves the live feed. This is great. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. That's awesome. Yeah, Christine. I'm not sure how I've had a chance to tune in. Richard says, looking forward to your next video. Any idea when it'll be out? 2027. We're actually hoping to have the next video out when we get home for the holiday.
Yep, he was working on it this morning.
I'm working on it, and it's just different because, like I said, you can't work on it during the day because you're bumping and jumping all over the place. And before, when I used to work on my videos, that would be my time of my evening. Now my evening is having my dinner with my dear wife and spending some quality time together, or whatever it might be.
Reading, praying, scripture study,
and
walking.
So I'm hoping to have it out in, I don't know, another week, maybe week and a half, because we're still adding content. Because I got a feeling we're going to run into some more weather tomorrow.
You're adding more? I thought you had plenty of content. I thought you had plenty of content already.
Oh, I do, but I want to add. Well, you know me. I overdo everything, right? And the editing is fun. Okay. So if you guys have a question, you want to put it in the room, you can, or you can email it to truckerray with the number 7@gmail.com. Ray, I know you come from Canada where the healthcare is free. Is it expensive in the U.S.? Well, that's probably best for you to answer that one.
I'm just going to sell his kidney and it'll cover the rest.
No. Ever since I've been with you, I've had a sore back. Did you take a lung too or something?
I just, no. So I drive for a company who does employer-sponsored insurance, which means they help cover the cost of insurance. So for me and my family, my kids and my husband, we just pay a certain amount every month for healthcare coverage, and it's actually fairly decent coverage through Doug Andrus. And it doesn't cost an excessive amount. It does, paying $100 a week. Actually, I don't even think I'm paying that, and that's for.
But the healthcare is so much better out here.
Yes.
There's no waiting.
No waiting. Quality doctors. They do the lab tests the same day. You need MRIs, CAT scans, X-rays, all the same day. You don't have to wait for them. You don't have to schedule them. Doctors are easy to get into. You don't like your doctor, it's easy to change.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I said I'm paying $100 a week. I lied. It's more like I'm paying $40 a week, and that covers me, Ray, and my kids up to age 26. So.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get to another question. I think I was already asked. Xavier wanted to know if I had left Key West, and yes, I did. And Key West was a good company. They treated me pretty good. Right now, things are really different there. If I went back to Canada, I'm saying if, for whatever reason, I probably would go back there because I'm familiar with the route and everything. And there's a lot of companies. Well, I don't know. It depends. We'd have to see what God would lead me. But my intentions are to stay with my wife, and then once I'm legally driving out here, and we'll get Suzan her passport, and maybe we'll explore the idea of maybe, who knows, the Lord will open up an opportunity where we can take loads to Alaska. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes, I'd have to go up and visit my sister.
Hmm?
We would have to go visit my sister. She lives in Anchorage.
That's right. She does, doesn't she? There's
Yep.
lots of family I'd love you to meet out in Canada as well. Christine says, I hope you guys do more like this more often. This is the best. That's kind of nice. She works
That's
in her
fun.
shop. She does upholstery. Darn it, is she good? I've seen Christine's upholstery work. She is very talented. God has blessed me with audio and video editing. My dad was blessed with woodworking. My sister is blessed with upholstery. My other sister is blessed with she can room a dog blindfolded. And Marilyn is overall very blessed with animals as well, and a lot of other things. She's got a wonderful heart. Her whole family is
Homesteading
incredibly
things.
talented. What's that?
Yeah, Marilyn's like got the homesteading skills.
Our
Now,
whole family is incredibly.
what kind of upholstery does
She
Christine
does.
do?
I think, Christine, do you just do predominantly boats, or do you do any kind of upholstery? Because I think she's been focusing on green, like boats. She does just an incredible job. Okay. It says, Brother Ray, do you of you remember this? I guess the movie BJ and the Bear from the 1970s, the trucking movie. Remember that movie?
It has been so long
That's been a
since
long
I've
time.
seen
I don't
that.
remember the full movie. I was pretty young when I seen that,
Yeah.
but I do remember it. Like Smokey and the Bandit. Those are fun movies. That's when trucking was big. No, it's not even thought of anymore because there's a lot of drivers out there making history, and it's sad. We see it every single day. It's really, really bad.
Yes.
Asking Susan, how old are your children? Who watches them while you are working? Come on.
Well, my baby, my youngest, is 21. She's almost 22. And then I have a 23-year-old, a 28-year-old, and a 30-year-old. So, yep, 4 kids, and they're all grown.
And they're all living on their own. Same thing with me.
Um,
I had 3 children. Chelsea passed away in 2017. My son is on his own. My daughter's on her own.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think part of it, as I mentioned, my insurance covers my
Ah.
kids up to, in the United States, you can insure your children up until the age 26. So my 2 kids, that my 21-year-old and my 23-year-old are still on my insurance, and the other two, they're old enough they can manage their own insurance.
Yeah. Another question, are we a sleeper team? I don't know. We kind of do this awake. That's terrible.
So I think this last week we've kind of been doing a test run where you're awake during the night trying to edit and I'm
Yeah.
asleep.
Well, I think what he's trying to say, are we do a super single maybe where we just drive during the day?
Well, seeing you're not driving yet.
I'm not driving. We don't have a choice.
And
We try to get Susan to drive all around the clock, but she doesn't like it.
so can I interrupt you for
Yes.
a minute or bug you for a minute? Sorry, it is windy.
Yep. What is it doing? Oh, you hit a button there accidentally. That one.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay. Thank you. I let go of the steering wheel. Okay. Still blinking. Still
Yeah, I
flashing.
think if you hit it again or whatever, it'll go away. There you go.
Ah.
Yeah, that stabilization control is right next to it. You probably hit it accidentally. I've done that. I'm like, what is that? Why is that on? There's no snow. See? Little bit of advice.
Yep. A little bit of advice.
Yeah.
Okay, can you explain this one? Why did they put the critical buttons or buttons like that right next to the buttons that you're always pushing?
Yeah. Maybe somebody's curious what that machine gun sound is. We have what? What's this truck equipped with that is incredibly annoying?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And trucking companies decided to reinvent the rumble strip by making it audible inside your truck. So if there is a crack in the road, your truck thinks it's a rumble strip and goes,
And then she has to push the button to shut it up, or it sounds like Woody Woodpecker. And then she accidentally hit the wrong button there because you're going to have sore muscles. Your muscle going to need a bit of a massage. Holding on to the steering wheel, I've had to do that. It's a workout. Look at all the trucks that are pulled over up here, and they're just like, we're not driving in this.
yeah, I might join them here in a minute.
Okay, Christine says you guys have a post office box for those who would like to buy you lunch or send a Christmas card. I only do posts. No, we don't have a post office box yet. We should work on getting.
We have had so much going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I think we plan on getting one as soon as we do it, you know?
Yeah. We appreciate that. It's really sweet.
But we do need one, that's for sure.
What's that?
We do need one, that is for sure.
Yeah. Greg says it was a show featuring the bear. The truck driver had a pit chimp on the road with him. I remember that.
I remember.
Yeah. We don't have a chimp. We have a plant. He prays for us all day, all night. So, but imagine having a chimp in. Can you imagine that? A chimp.
I don't have to imagine it. His name's Ray.
The truth is coming out here now. Jacob is asking, is it safe to walk to back? Is it safe to walk to the back of the truck while the truck is moving? If she's backing up and I'm spotting her, or there's times she backs into loading areas that it's really dark. It's hard to see the lines. I'll be on the phone with her.
I think he's talking about the sleeper.
Oh, to walk in the...
To unbuckle.
Sorry, I ain't thinking. Well, let me answer the other one. Is it safe to walk behind the truck when it's moving? Probably not. Sorry. See, this is why I have her with me, because I ain't so clever. Once I couldn't spell truck driver, now I are one. Okay. Is it safe to walk back here when the truck is moving? You know what? It is, because you legally are allowed to do that, because obviously you got to go to the back. You have drivers sleeping in the back. When there's a road construction going on, or a rush hour, or it's really, really bad traffic, I'm sitting right here, and Susan usually lets me know if she's struggling with anything on the road. That it's a good idea to sit down, right? But if we're on the main interstate like this, it's pretty safe.
Yeah, I let him know when I think you need to sit down and buckle up.
Yeah,
Also,
she's like, sit, Bobo, sit.
Not quite like that.
No.
It would be great. Please buckle up. Also, in the back of the sleeper under the Route 66 sign, you see the netting. That netting is actually a strap that goes over the bunk. So if you are sleeping back there, you can pull that netting and quite literally seatbelt it in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there is a netting back there. Yeah, so just instead of launches you through the windshield. Yeah. Okay.
But does Ray climb around in the truck? Yes.
I am like a monkey.
He is a monkey.
I'm like a monkey. Okay. Thankfully, when they loaded us with this load, it's single skins come up to your chest, just about below your chest for me. They're paper products we're carrying, and that's a very low gravity load. So I don't know. Are you noticing it's been helpful? It's the truck you're fighting with, isn't it? Not the trailer.
It's the truck. It's the lightweight fiberglass truck.
Yeah. Yeah. We're having fun here. We should say we're going a little bit over the time we were going to do this. Lily, are you still okay in the room there, or do we need to wrap this up? Yeah. Okay. How about we do another 15 minutes? Are you okay with that?
I'm just driving.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lily, if you're okay, we're going to do another 15 minutes. This was an inaugural run here, and then we will be doing this again. If you get any other questions in there, please let us know. She's still good, she says.
Awesome. Thank you, Lily.
Okay. Do you have any other questions, you guys? Feel free. I don't care what it is.
Okay, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Yeah.
Bluish green.
Yours?
Yeah. No. My favorite color is a mix. It is kind of like red, and I can't see the sign back there because we don't have it lit up. It's like my favorite color is like red black and yellow. It's a nice mix. I do like red and blue as well together. And yours is obviously reddish or bluish green.
Blue.
Blue.
Blue and green are my two favorite colors.
One certain person says little traffic says good luck to you too. Be safe out there. Thank you for joining us. It was wonderful. Morning coffee combos in the truck versus the truck stop. So, hey, from Lily. Morning coffee combos in the truck.
And one thing I will say is Ray makes an amazing cup of coffee and he brews.
Yes. We try very much. I'm going to give you an idea here of what kind of a coffee he has in the morning. She drinks caffeinated. I drink decaf. So we have a Keurig machine. We brew the Keurig. We put in, a teaspoon of sugar, maybe. We put in a heaping teaspoon of
Cocoa powder.
cocoa powder, not chocolate, cocoa powder.
Unsweetened, pure
Unsweetened.
cocoa powder.
Pure cocoa powder. Then we put in a little Nescafe espresso, right, to get her going in the morning. Then we use chocolate almond milk, right, so dairy-free. And then sometimes we'll sprinkle in a little bit of the mushroom.
Yeah, it's a mushroom powder.
It's like a mushroom powder. What does that do?
It's
Get you going in the morning?
They're healthy mushrooms. They're like, I guess you could say along the lines of a superfood, but they're also a herbal supplement.
Does
But
Lily
they're
take that in the morning?
she takes a slightly different brand, but it's basically freeze-dried mushrooms that have been ground up in powder, and then it's a blend that I have for you and I.
Yeah.
That we just put in the coffee. It rehydrates it. It gets the mushrooms in us. It's really
Okay.
good. It helps memory. It helps focus. It helps detox your body. It balances your mood. There's a whole bunch of health benefits to it. Really good for the gut microbiome and incredible healing powers or
Yeah.
attributes. So it's amazing stuff.
I'm probably going to be qualified to answer this next one.
Probably.
Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons? Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. I've had Tim Hortons. Let me give you the definition of Tim Hortons. Simulated flavor. The donuts all taste the same. They're frozen when they come to Dunkin', and they warm them up and they fill the center of those with jelly that's simulated flavored. Dunkin' Donuts, they're real donuts, and they have lemon filled donuts, and they have
Made in the store, right in front of you. Smells
and they're
incredible
so
and
good.
very dangerous.
And what's that other drink that I really like? The mocha frappuccino. It's like an ice pack that you get at Tim Hortons.
It's a frap.
It's huge, and what a buzz you get! Lots of caffeine in that, but it's good. It's very, very tasty. So I would have to say Dunkin' Donuts. Tim Hortons coffee is not bad, but their donuts and everything are nowhere near as good as Dunkin' Donuts. All right. Do they have unmanned semi trucks out there? I heard a rumor a long time ago. I've heard that too, and I think on certain corridors between California and in that area they have some of them, but we never see them.
They run through Colorado. They run through Wyoming. They've been test running them through this
I've never
region.
seen them. Have you?
I have not seen them.
I've seen
I
them in
just
California.
know that I know they run them out here. Actually, I think I've seen it once.
California into Arizona on the 10 of the I-10. I've seen them, but I've never seen them anywhere else. I don't think they would last very long on any of these highways out here. They'd rattle them apart. They'd fall apart. These highways are so rough out here. All right. Maybe another 5 minutes, you guys, and then I'm going to make my lovely girl something to eat. She's probably getting hungry.
Let's get close enough
Maybe we'll do
to.
this on a weekend a little earlier or something. Um, Christine says, "Are you guys going to do more of these live podcasts? Is there going to be a schedule? Really love this." I'm going to try to talk Susan into because it's actually effortless. Um, we may do maybe we'll do something like this, and then we'll take a break, and after like 20 minutes or something, or half an hour, do it again. Or it's not such a long stretch. But yeah, I would like to do this more often. What do you think?
I think we could do it more
I
often.
think it's fun, isn't it? Has this,
Um,
you know what, guys? Has the signal been relatively stable? And I think if it hasn't, I think Lily would have definitely said something.
Well, I think, part of the reason why we haven't done this before is because the signal in trucking is consistently getting messed up. And we chose to do it at this time today because this stretch in Nebraska, we knew we would have a strong signal. A lot of the places we drive, I'm not sure if we'd be able to maintain a signal this long.
Okay, that's true. Kevin says, "Is there a chance that you can lift your hat back just a hair because he like to see you're pretty smart?"
Me,
There you go. Smart. Yeah, because the way we have the light set up here, there is a shadow that is cast on her face because we don't want her to be distracted because she needs to see what's going on the road. Is what he really. To make my night here in southern Ohio, blessed in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen, Greg.
I
Hallelujah.
curious if you haven't left yet, Greg. How is the weather in Ohio?
Yeah. How is the weather out there? We've
That's
seen a storm on that
that's
way.
where the storm went.
Kevin said, "Can you turn that crazy warning system off?" Only once in a while when it goes off.
Every now and then I can hit the mute button,
Yeah.
but then after a few minutes, the mute button cancels.
And he also said, "You think Lily, Kevin says, thank you for your work behind the scenes to make the Q&A work live." There you go. How do you like that one? Thank you very much for saying that, Kevin. That was awesome. Well,
Yes,
friends,
thank you.
I think this was very successful. It went well. There was a little bit of a glitch jumping tower to tower, but I think overall it went really well. And it was a lot of fun. The next time we do something like this, we will give people at least a good 24-hour advance warning. That way you can get your questions in earlier. I decided to be incredibly spontaneous. Ask Susan. I'm really spontaneous. Stuff like this. Like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras in here alone. Not to mention the ones we have behind the scenes and Freddie, which is our drone.
Yes.
And yeah, but
I do have a question for you.
for me,
Yes. How are you going to know 24 hours in advance that we're going to do a live stream when a lot of the times we don't even know 24 hours in advance what load we're picking up or where we're going and if we're going to be in good cell range or not?
that's pretty easy. I mean, I would have said that when we got this low, we knew we were going to be driving, so
That's
we
true.
could easily say in 24 hours we're going to be here. It's not that hard to plan that. Would I be able to plan a live stream 2 days in advance? Probably not, because we don't know what's going to happen, right? So, especially, I couldn't say we're going to do a live stream tomorrow because I have no clue what's going to happen after this one is delivered.
Neither do I. So,
Huh?
yeah, I don't know either,
Yeah.
obviously.
So when we know what we're going to be doing in advance, and we could give you guys 24-hour notice. You can, or we could say we're going to be doing a live stream this week. Not sure yet. Send your questions in or whatever. We can do that as well.
Do you want to do topics?
We can do topics. We should have talked about winter. This one, we were going to talk about winter, but we didn't get around to that. Maybe we can do one just before. I don't know. Maybe we can do one next week.
Or maybe we just need to do a video on
We
winter
could do one on winter. Sure.
instead of just talking about it. Show this is
Yep.
what you do for the new drivers. The experienced drivers know, but I would love to hear feedback from experienced drivers like Glenn, who drove for so many years.
Yeah.
And you, who drove
Yep.
lots of
No,
years
we can
in
do that.
Canada.
We can do topics on the Q&A, or we can just let people ask what they feel, because there's lots of things, especially with the new transformation in my life. It is huge transformation, and again, boy, do I know how to cook in an air fryer now. Cook anything in an air fryer. All right, friends. Enjoyed it.
Yes.
Very interesting format. Appreciate the effort. Says Zeus or Zeus or Zeus. I think it's Zeus. But yeah, it's been an awful pleasure. Wonderful pleasure, not awful. It's been awfully wonderful. What a weird bit of terminology that is. That is actually, is that slang? Awfully?
I
I think
no
I'm getting
idea.
tired.
I think you are tired.
Lily,
Some
thank
of
you,
my
dear.
coffee?
Huh?
Do you want some of my coffee?
That's right. Thank you, Lily, my dear. Because I don't have a remote back here, and I don't, maybe I can go in there and shut the stream down, but I think the only way I can really do it is turn off the hotspot. That's a good way to turn it off. So, friends, it has been an absolute pleasure, and I really, truly hope that we can do this again real soon. I guess I don't have to unbuckle my seatbelt. I can just stay buckled up and relax, turn off these lights, and the spots will go away. All right, everyone. Blessings in the name of Yeshua.
Until next time.
Bye for now. We'll do this again soon.